The night of August 11, 2025, was a blur of heat and chaos. Clara stood on the sidewalk of Maple Grove, her teenage son Marcus beside her, watching their two-story home devoured by flames. The fire truck's sirens wailed, and firefighters scrambled up a ladder, spraying water that hissed uselessly against the inferno. A crude sign staked in the grass screamed, "They burned the wrong house." Clara's heart pounded, not just from losing everything, but from the gnawing suspicion that this wasn't an accident. And she was right. 20 minutes earlier, Clara had been wiping down her kitchen counter, the scent of lemon cleaner mixing with the faint jazz from her radio. Marcus was upstairs, lost in his video game. The normalcy shattered when sirens pierced the air, growing louder until they stopped right outside. Clara peeked through her curtains, expecting trouble at the abandoned Thompson house across the street, 142, Maple Grove, a crumbling eyesore the HOA had been itching to demolish. Instead, she saw firefighters storming her lawn at 147. "Marcus, get down here," she shouted, her voice sharp with panic. He thundered downstairs, headphones dangling. "What's going on?" Clara didn't answer, she was already out the door, Marcus trailing. The night air was thick with smoke, and flames were licking the second floor of their home. A firefighter blocked her as she lunged forward. "Ma'am, stay back. That's my house." Clara screamed. "Why are you here?" The firefighter, sweat beading under his helmet, checked his radio. "We got a call, 142, Maple Grove, abandoned structure fire." "This is it, right?" "No." Clara pointed across the street. "That's 142. The Thompson place." "This is 147. His face paled as he barked into his radio, "Wrong address. Stop the water." But the fire was too far gone, fueled by some accelerant that made it burn hotter, faster. Clara's eyes caught the sign in the grass, "They burned the wrong house." The words were scrawled in black marker, mocking her. "Who did this?" Marcus whispered, his voice shaking. Clara's mind raced. The HOA had been relentless about the Thompson house, and one name stood out, Karen Pritchard, the HOA president who ruled Maple Grove like her personal fiefdom. Karen had hounded Clara for years, complaints about her mailbox color, her garden gnomes, even the shade of her curtains. Last week, Karen had stormed over, furious that Clara hadn't signed the petition to fast-track the Thompson demolition. "You're holding up progress," she'd spat. Now, Clara's home was burning, and Karen was nowhere in sight. The firefighters confirmed the call was anonymous, claiming an empty house needed a controlled burn. Clara's blood boiled. This wasn't a mistake, it was arson. She grabbed Marcus's hand, her resolve hardening. "We're finding out who did this." The next week, Clara sat in a courtroom, her hands trembling as she clutched a folder of evidence. She'd spent sleepless nights piecing it together. Phone records, neighborhood security footage, and a tip from a neighbor who'd seen Karen's car near the Thompson house hours before the fire. The sign's handwriting matched a note Karen had slipped under Clara's door months ago about unsightly lawn decorations. It wasn't airtight, but it was enough to drag Karen into court for a civil suit. The courtroom doors swung open, and there she was, Karen Pritchard, in a crisp blazer, her blonde bob immaculate, her smirk oozing confidence. She strode in like she owned the place, her heels clicking on the hardwood. Clara's lawyer, a sharp woman named Lena, leaned over. "She's acting untouchable. Let's change that." The judge, a no-nonsense man with wire-rimmed glasses, called the room to order. Clara took the stand first, her voice steady despite the lump in her throat. She recounted the fire, the misplaced address, the sign, and Karen's vendetta. "She's been after me for years," Clara said, holding up the note with Karen's handwriting. "This wasn't an accident. She wanted my house gone." Karen's lawyer objected, calling it circumstantial, but Lena countered with footage showing Karen's car circling the neighborhood at 9 p.m. that night, just before the call. A gaskin was later found in the Thompson house's backyard, wiped clean but reeking of accelerant. The neighbor's testimony sealed it. Karen had been seen arguing with someone near the Thompson property, gesturing wildly toward Clara's home. When Karen took the stand, her composure cracked. "I didn't do anything," she snapped, her voice shrill. Clara's just bitter because she never follows HOA rules. Then explain the sign, Lena pressed. Your handwriting. Your car. Your motive. Karen stammered, her face reddening. I was just checking on the Thompson place. Someone had to. The judge wasn't buying it. The evidence, though not enough for criminal charges yet, painted a damning picture for the civil case. He ruled in Clara's favor, ordering Karen to pay damages for negligence and emotional distress. As the gavel fell, Clara felt a weight lift, not enough to replace her home, but enough to know justice was starting. Outside the courtroom, Marcus hugged her tightly. We got her, Mom.